subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Hello everyone, welcome to KYE Talks, that is the digital platform for entrepreneurs. Today we have on board Mrs. Roli Kesarwani. Hello Roli ma'am, welcome to KYE Talks.
Hello Fatima, how are you?
I'm good, how are you doing ma'am?
I'm very good, thank you so much.
So good to see you on our platform. This is a wonderful platform to connect with different people all around, and the entrepreneurs who come up on our show have made a mark for themselves. So it's so nice to have Roli ma'am today with us. She's actually a passionate worker. She is a coach, a mentor, and is doing excellent work in leadership, career transition, women enlivenment, and parenting. She consults with her clients, guiding them and awakening the inner self, giving them the expertise to handle situations with a sense of confidence. Wow, that is so amazing, ma'am. I can understand how people, face a lot of trouble while on camera or otherwise in a big crowd. So you are doing an amazing job to transform them and encourage, explore, expand, enable, and empower. That is your E5 motto. So amazing stuff which you are doing here. So I'll tell you more about Roli ma'am. The audience who are watching us can just note it down that she is a bundle of talent. She's got a group, and she understands her clients with the specific needs of each one of them. So that is how she does her assessments. Her assessment tools like Enneagram, ASAP, Caliper, and she also incorporates coaching skills. She has been associated with NLP, EI, and design thinking tools, and applies these techniques, which are instrumental in different ways. So we would like to hear more from you, ma'am. So please tell us, how did you got motivated towards becoming an entrepreneur?
So first of all, I would like to thank you, Fatima, for saying so many good words about me. And thank you so much to bringing such glory to my introduction. And to answer your question,
ma'am.
Thank you anyway. So to answer your question, motivation is, the first thing that comes to my mind is because I come from a business community. So it was very natural thought that came to me that I should be a business person or an entrepreneur. Then moreover, I've not seen my father into business, so I had, no other choice, but I was kind of doing work. But what was more important for me was my core values of freedom. I wanted to have the freedom to express, freedom to be myself, freedom to connect with people, follow what I really feel like doing, the purpose of coming to this world. All this was something which was craving from within, and I wanted to come out of it. So that was one reason. Another reason was that I'm a giver, and I wanted to create opportunity for the people. I wanted to follow my passion. I wanted to make decisions for myself, good or bad. I wanted to own it. And the most important was the liberation that I wanted to have, looking at money with limitation. I wanted to have abundance, and that was my focus. So all these were the real motivations for me to become an entrepreneur.
Wow, that is complete wholesome. So you had the inbuilt curiosity to be a leader right from the beginning, and since it was in your genes, so you inherited from there, and that is how you found the goal of achieving it yourself. So amazing, ma'am. Truly awesome. So tell us, what are the factors that gave you this feeling of accomplishment? You have been an accomplished woman yourself, and people might look up to you as a big accomplishment and as a mentor. So how do you find the success?
When you say accomplishment, the first thing that comes to my mind is, when my clients are appreciating, they're happy about their own growth, and they're appreciating for the support they're getting. That's the first factor that gives me a sense of accomplishment.
Right.
And it comes then, because see, every human being has some or the other challenges, inhibitors, something that stops them, the barriers. So another thing that comes to my mind is that I am somebody who's a fighter. So if I overcome any challenge, I'm fighting for it. That is something that gives me a sense of accomplishment. That is a second factor. And obviously, when you're an entrepreneur, you will face challenges and issues coming on a daily basis, or sometimes it's like big, sometimes it's small. So that is something gives me that inspiration that, wow, you've crossed your milestone. Now ahead, move forward. References by my clients for my work, and then people approach me. That's another sense of accomplishment I find. Then I am somebody who is a lifelong learner, and I like to learn from my mistakes, and I want to make changes in the plan that I've made originally. So it keeps changing and I keep learning. So these are few things that that gives me sense of accomplishment, that I'm doing something, I'm taking action.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. That is the true inspiration which you had just passed across to our audience. Yes, never say die attitude which you possess in you, and the motivation which you are, passing on through to us is definitely going to work wonders for sure. And tell us, ma'am, what are the challenges that you might have faced during this entrepreneurial journey?
So first of all, the challenge was within me. Every single soul will have challenges. And I said the first challenge everybody has is self-doubt, that, well, you will be able to do it. Oh, will you be an entrepreneur? You've never been, you've not seen, you've not experienced in your house, and your father is not. So will you be able to do that? So that self-doubt comes from you, that's within. So that was the very, very, very strong in me, and I was kind of stopping myself. Although I had desires, but the self-doubt was not letting me move forward. And I had to do something, was to have that courage to quit the regular income. That is a job that you're doing, a regular income coming on a monthly basis. You sorted everything. It's a big amount. Are you ready to quit that job and then, get into a journey where there's so much of uncertainty? And are you ready for this uncertainty was another thing which was a big, big, big obstacle for me. So self-doubt, then, quitting a job. So I had to gather that courage to do it. And somehow I was able to. But then the third thing came was, what? I'm not a salesperson. Will I be able to sell, pitch? Can I connect with people and tell them, ask for a job, give me a job? That was another. How will I do that? I've never done. I'm not a salesperson. So this was another, barrier which was saying, no, you can't do. You can't move forward. You can't do this. Somehow, you have to gather another level of courage, move to next level and say, boss, I have to. If I have to survive and be an entrepreneur, you have to go and meet people and ask for work.
Right.
So the fear of failure was coming in. What if I do and I don't get it? What if I, take action and I fail? What if I put money and it's going to be, zero, nothing will come out of it? So that fear of failure was also there. So these were some initial barriers that was from within. And the last thing was that, I didn't know what strategy is. I didn't know what action I have to take. I have started the journey, but then how am I going to start and move forward? So I had to learn the skill to be an entrepreneur, to learn what needs to be done in the process. So that was something which was before I started my journey, and I had to kind of gather myself to calm this and sort this within myself and then move.
Right. Exactly, ma'am. So as a beginner, you really had a very tough time to cross to actually surpass all these challenges. But with all your devotion, your vision very clear, and the vision set, you had achieved those challenges. And of course, you need to have that inner strength in you to accomplish that particular goal. So you had been, working so tediously along your path and achieved it. So that is an inspiration or motivation to all of us. So where do you see, ma'am, where do you see your venture in future? And tell us what factors will help you take there.
So, before Fatima, I tell you this, I also wanted to share that something which is, while I was starting my journey, I had these challenges. But once I started my journey, there were another set of challenges that I had to face. And it was like, how will I manage my time? So time management was a big challenge because there's so many things I had to do. And I'm somebody who's a perfectionist. And that sense of perfectionism was, stopping me from taking action. I had huge expectation from myself, and others also had expectations from myself. So I was under the stress of these expectations, the burden. No idea how the cash flow is going to come in. How am I going to keep up with my pace? Will I be able to generate ideas? I'm not a networking person, so how will I do that? Do I have to waste my time in networking? And there were so many things, and I was so upset with myself, and I used to get really, really, emotionally upset and sabotaged to people who were closer to me, and they were saying, why don't you just calm down and take action? So this was the journey that I had while I had my journey started. Now, when you're asking those factors that helps you to kind of get there where I want to be. So these were the things which were stopping me, and my strong belief in my intent to serve my purpose of life was to support people. That was something which used to give me happiness, was something that I started with. That was a factor which actually helped me that, I can move. I can be where I want to be. So that strong belief. Then second thing was that, if I have to take my journey forward and I have to reach my goal, the most important thing is me. I'm the asset for my own business, and I have to take care of my well-being. So if I'm not mentally, spiritually, emotionally well, which is ultimately going to show up in the physical aspect, then I probably will not be able to move long way. So I have to take care of my well-being. And then comes the financial part. So you have to be ready for, the financial aspects, the crisis part, the revenue generation part, and how to reinvestment, do all these things. So when I was thinking that, my journey is going to be difficult, but I knew that, I have done my MBA in finance and I was a distinction holder. So I can use my knowledge in order to work for myself. And when will I do that? If I have learned it, why not use it right now? And that gave me some sense of confidence. So that confidence, the courage, the action to take the consistency, the action in a consistent manner was another factor that helps me to keep motivating and inspiring me and be on this journey. Last and not least is being grateful. I'm grateful for all those people who have contributed in a good or a bad way, but it has made me learn certain things, and I'm a lifelong learner, as I said earlier. I kept upgrading my skill. I kept upgrading the way I do things. I learned from my failures. I learned from my mistakes. I created the strategy based on what my learnings were and what my knowledge was, my skills were. And I'm just kind of, towards the end of the day, every day I'm grateful for everything that I'm having in this life. This helps me to grow every day. Exactly. So these are the factors that helps me to go there, reach there. And where do I want to see my venture is somewhere, I'm a facilitator, I'm a coach and a mentor, and I would like to utilize all of my skills and learning towards creating a startup, the startup which I want to reach, where I want to, work for the elderly people. who are staying away from their children and they want to lead their life with a lot of pride and honor in their own, belief system and with their people. This is what I would like to facilitate as a part of my services, my work. This is what I really want to do after when I see myself 5 years down the line. Maybe it's going to grow big and it'll be all over India. This is what my vision is.
Wow. So, ma'am, all good luck to you for your vision, for your success, and for your journey, which is actually a moral-based journey. Basically, what you are trying to inculcate amongst people is how you can support these people who are really in need of your support, and abandoned people around, so many of them around. So yes, definitely that is such a kind gesture from you, ma'am. So last but not the least, tell us one thing which is very, very crucial on this KYE Talks is your words of wisdom, and that one message you want to send across to our audience.
So Fatima, I really would like to say something which is I've been seeing in my journey, the questions that you're asking me. The most important thing is you have to know what your core values and your strength are. So this is something which gives you a direction. It tells and talks about your character. And until you don't know what you are, you probably cannot pursue what you really want to be, what you want to achieve towards the end of the day. And accept yourself the way you are. You are. You can't change. And if you change, you're not you anymore. So have those core values and identify your strengths. Accept yourself. Don't compare it with anybody, because you know what, if you compare, you actually not doing good to yourself and you're discouraging yourself, and that's not going to help you to move forward. So this is something which I will say as a word of wisdom for people. And the message that I want to say here is that evolve yourself all the time. So I believe that if you have a dream, allow yourself to start the journey of entrepreneurship and let the fragmented pieces fall in place to complete your picture. So when you allow, the universe actually helps you, and I have experienced it every time. And I think this is what I would like to say, that allow yourself to be who you are. And dream to be an entrepreneur.
Absolutely true to the core, that yes, you need to allow yourself and take up that challenge positively. And yes, do not compare is the tagline, wherein each one of us beholds or has some special thing within ourselves. Only the thing is, you need to explore it. So wonderful, ma'am. This is truly a wonderful journey with you, which you had shared with us during this talk, this casual talk with us. So KYE Talks really wishes you a heartfelt good luck and good wishes. And may your journey, your entrepreneurship, and the vision which you are carrying forward gives a success and succeeds in leaps and bounds. So thank you so much for coming on our show. It was a pleasure having you here, ma'am, and hope this KYE Talks would have give you the leverage of succeeding and going across pan-India and proving your worth around to the people. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
much for coming on our show. A big salute to you, and thank you for becoming our host, becoming our guest for today. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Fatima, and I'm grateful that I got this opportunity to be here and express who I am. And probably this is going to inspire a lot of people, and I will be loving that if they get inspired from this and move in their life with their dreams. All the best to you, to KYE Talks, and to all the people who are going to listen and watch it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a wonderful day, and God bless you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.